Vampiric corruption, income from cities and growth sounds like a good one, but I would like to get these Felbats just a little bit stronger first, if no one minds. And we'll wait out at Tempelhof. And then I guess what we'll do is we'll hit Waldenhof together. And then Manfred will go and fight the Battle of Helfen. And that's fine. Manfred will go and fight the Battle of Helfen. We'll probably station Johann in Fort Oberstyre for the time being. And we'll just, you know, get this built. We'll try and get some diplomatic overthrow of Schwarzhafen and the move. That would be a fantastic thing. And then we'll move on the bloody living, shall we? Dwarves, men alike. Diplomatic relations -5 or minus public order. Can we afford -4 public order? Probably, let's be honest. +5 there. -2 there now, but that should change once we've taken Castle Tempelhof, and we'll just stick a public order building and station an army there. Let's get that built. How long are we looking at here now? If anyone watched my previous Let's Play of this, do you remember how long the turns took to process and how quick they are now? That's right, new computer, bro. Okay, 400 to break with the Empire. Well, the Empire are quite big. That'll take 600 for breaking with the Empire. Lovely. 600 quid, innit? Not really anything that's going to affect us too much. Essen there. Some confederations are being made. It's just 2 turns now to wait them out. And I think we will. As we get some money in, get some upgrades going. And then, as I said, we'll move on Waldenhof together. We'll probably lead the assault with Johann just to try and get some XP for him. And we'll get this guy just becoming a great fighter. Last turn of them not starving to death, which is good. And then we'll move on the bloody humans straight away, shall we? And then we've got 2 big armies that can go out and mess stuff up as quickly as we can. Good. Oh, a Banshee? Are you being serious? How lovely. Man, lovely. That's really nice. So they're fighters, but they're also good agents. Right now, we're not really needing an agent as such. So I'm going to go and stick her in... I think another fighter for our Necromancer army would be very, very strong. So we'll get her in there. These guys are now starving. We'll give them a turn just to deplete, and then we'll probably be able to auto-resolve that battle. And then move on Waldenhof. Eschen being built in a turn is pretty brilliant. Damn it, pretty damn brilliant. Fort Oberstyre actually has an upgrade as well. Did it have that this turn, or is that just going to be for next turn? I don't really know, but we've got lots of upgrades here. Fort Oberstyre, man. Let's get you going a little bit bigger than you were. Eschen. We're going to want a corpse pile everywhere. We're also going to want probably gibbets, because I know it only says 100, but there's a lot of upgrades you can do to make them a lot more beneficial than they are. Right, these guys are dying very quickly, so we should be able to deal with this with apparent ease. We have indeed. We will loot and occupy. Can we afford the public order, or should we just occupy? We don't really need the money, so let's do that. The dire pack are now available to us. Manfred von Carstein has a lovely item. Right, let's get rid of a unit of zombies and hire the dire pack. Lovely. Okay, Manfred with an upgrade. We'll just make him a fighter, as I said. Johann von Carstein is going to now move on Waldenhof, and Manfred will support. Okay, Tempelhof is struggling a bit for public order, as I can imagine it obviously would. We'll keep the buildings there that we've got there. You know, unlocking Banshee recruitment and stuff, White Kings and stuff. We're gonna need stuff. I want to be able to recruit in every single province that I have. For now, though, what are we going to build here? The charnel pit. We could upgrade, but we don't have the money to. Public order +3. Not really necessary there. The money might be better for us right now. Or vampiric corruption. Or do we just focus on defense now? We might as well get it built. Saves us having to do it later. Right, leader of a plaque, weapon strength 5% and speed for direwolves. That could be very good things. We now have a lot of direwolves in our armies. Although armor piercing damage for Felbats could be huge. Upkeep for the crit ghouls as well. Growth, though, now that we're sort of sorting out our cities, I think growth is going to be the most important thing, as we always said it was going to be. We'll get Waldenhof and therefore Tempelhof dealt with as quickly as we can. We'll try and diplomatically deal with Schwarzhafen. We just got a load of money there since Count Manfred's unfortunate defeat at... Sorry? Oh, the previous defeat at Helfen. Sylvania has been in decline. No longer is it feared as the dreadland where the dead do not rest, but instead it is seen as Stirland's bastard child. Not for long it won't be. Now the von Carstein resides in Castle Drakenhof once again. It is time for the vampires to take dominion over their haunted realm. It is, and what a load of money we've got. Chaos is stirring. Don't like that. This isn't really much of a muchness, but will be kind and give some the little hobbit fella a whiff of immortality. Let's get building, shall we? We can upgrade these charnel pits. It's expensive, and really for the extra 5 growth, I don't know if I want to spend that money. But for now, let's just get this dealt with. And I think there is a edict that we can have that increases growth even further. We're going to have to just wait a little bit there and just build, which we can. Build some siege equipments, and we'll look to spend our money. We'll upgrade these. We'll upgrade that. We can't afford to upgrade both. We won't bother about getting level 3 charnel pits because, or usury, as they're going to be charnel pit Lynchard usury. What I will be doing, I think, is once we've got these built as much as we can, I'm going to get rid of some charnel pits and replace them with something else. As long as we got enough for our recruitment capacity for a few armies, we're not going to need one everywhere. It's just getting the cities grown as quickly as we can, which is why I built them now. And that is going to be good. Templars are going to offer us a load of money for peace. Oh, apparently they're going to offer us no money for peace. Well, that is not something I'm particularly interested in, lads, to be brutally honest with you. So I think we're going to stick with this one right now. We'll reject that offer. And we'll enjoy this fight, shall we? Eschen upgradable again. That's going to be that defiled cairn, do we call it? No, it's going to be a haunted forest. Booyah! We're getting some forest dragons and vargulfs up here, lads. Once we've got Drakenhof a little bit stronger, we're going to need to build a... Where is it? Reliquary? No. It's going to be a forbidden library we're going to need in Drakenhof. We can only build it in Drakenhof. Oh, no, that's it. Vampire Crypts. Well, we're definitely going to be getting a Vampire Crypt soon. We're definitely going to be getting a Forbidden Library soon as well, because that unlocks Kemmler and therefore the new guy, Krell, for us. We'll move in on Waldenhof next turn. I think we should have enough siege equipment built there. We might even be able to auto it. We know they've not got much of a garrison. 14 against more than 14. That's going to aid us in growth. Very happy. What's our growth now? 135 a turn. Not bad. Banshee getting a bit Banshee-ish.
It will be a mess.
And we'll move on these guys. It's still not great. We've only got one of each yet. You know what? Maybe let's just... Ah, look at that. They got Black Knights and stuff now, and we don't have any Skeleton Spearmen. Oh, and they've got Grave Guard. Man, that's one hell of a garrison there. How long until the undead starve to death, then? Shouldn't be long. 4 turns. Oh, okay. We can wait 4 turns, can't we? In the meantime... Well, we'll just be getting some money together. We'll be upgrading these areas. Fort Oberstein is the area most in danger, I would say. So we'll get one of those built. And we'll look to get some charnel pilts going there as quick as we can. 4 turns until we can upgrade Castle Tempelhof and then get a charnel pit there. So that's going to be fine. We'll get the growth going. We'll get it all sorted. Hi, the Von Carsteins. You only have the moot. So you wanted to break with Avalanche? Sure. Money's money, isn't it? We'll keep them happy and then maybe confederize with them if we can. I can only imagine you'll be declaring war on us, lads. Oh, no, you want us to... Oh, you want to join the war against Tempelhof? For 100 quid? Don't really need it, lads, but for the sake of happy diplomacy, let's do that. Not really sure if we're gaining anything at all out of that one, but yeah, we'll be happy with it. Okay, now we could upgrade this for 2 grand. It gets it done sooner than later, doesn't it? We've got 3 turns still to wait before we can upgrade anything there. We could upgrade these areas, but not hugely necessary, so I think we might as well spend 2 grand now and just get that up and running. Lovely. Is that an upgrade for Mr. Griswold? I see it is. Let's just get him as a good fighter if we can. And then all will be well, right? How are we looking here? There's only 3 turns to wait. We might as well. I know it maybe isn't the most exciting way of doing things, but I think it's the right decision.
Now is not the time.
Because the least. Let's try and say this properly. We obviously won't be accepting that. The less we lose taking Waldenhof, then the quicker we can hit Helfen, and the generally just better it's going to be for everyone. So that's going to be fine. Do we need to worry about Wunsroot? he's going to be suffering attrition. He doesn't have... Oh, God, he's got 3 bloody Cygors. 3 bloody Cygors?
Patient.
Maybe we should have a go at him. But then the garrison might just go for this guy right there. Okay, let's just fill his army up a little bit. And I'm worried there, because Eschen... Oh, Eschen's not gonna stand up to 3 Cygors, is it? No, Templehof. The Templehof, they'll have to, of course. 3 Cygors, that is a worrying thing there, isn't it? Okay. The siege will continue. Let's just give him a turn and see what he does, right? He might just be passing through, you never know. Dwarven agent in our lands, we'll have to deal with that. He's going to be knocking out our vampiric corruption, isn't he? No, lad, how have you even got 6 grand? I've taken all your cities that are earning your money. Right, that is going to be knocking down our vampiric corruption. So we're going to want to get rid of those dwarves very quickly. Certainly in Zufbar, we can take their cities now, so that might be where we want to concentrate on. But Essen's just so just there for the taking, isn't it? 1 turn until they run out of supplies, that's fine. We're getting good money together. Growth is looking good. 4 turns we're looking for here. 4 turns to wait. Templehof, I think, should be upgradable next turn. Yes, it will. We'll have enough money to do it, so that's going to be fine. So this is all looking pretty good. Public order sorting itself out where it needed to. A greenskin army in our lands now. Well, that's a bit interesting, isn't it? Right, Oberstar and Templehof. Templehof to be upgraded there. We'll just give them a turn to starve, shall we? Or are they starving already? Yeah. Yeah, we'll auto-resolve that. Excellent. That's Templehof dealt with. That is... Should we loot and occupy? Should we subjugate? That just makes them our vassal, doesn't it? I don't really much care for a vassal. We will destroy them. We will complete... Man, that Necromancer is going to have insane attack now, isn't he, with that? Right, Manfred upgraded and that army relatively unhurt, which is exactly the result that we wanted. We will put some melee defense on Manfred there. We will just... Where's Helfen? There it is. We'll go and fight that in a second. Before that, I want to just upgrade our Necromancer here. Yeah, he's got insane melee attack for a wizard. But he is a wizard, and we're going to keep him as a wizard. Raising Dead is a spell that I really love. Master of the Dead is an augment that I really love. But Curse of the Undeath is going to be a huge one. So that's good. And we'll have him... Oh, he upgraded twice? Bloody hell. So Curse of the Undead, and should we take Raised Dead? We'll take Gaze in the Gash. It'd be good to get some offense going. And we'll get him over to... If the dwarves are going to be a problem, we'll have him in Drakenhof. Essen's been raised. We could. In fact, do we want to just send him over and deal with Wordsu? Let's send him to Templehof for now, and we'll see what happens. We'll get Manfred, as I said, going in Helfen. Let's do it. Normally, it's a battle you hit way earlier. As you can see, he's not got a huge army, but we chose a different priority, and I think that's going to be fine. Let's get rid of these fleshy mortals, shall we? Let's get rid of them. Okay, so they all start together. Only danger really to us at all is going to be those Reichsguard. If we can keep them busy with the zombies and then get the Vargulf over there. Maybe just sit a corpse cart behind and just keep them busy for the whole battle. Then I don't really foresee any issues. I don't think the Reichsguard are going to defeat 3 units of zombies if there's a corpse cart behind them.
And Tumus Burgomeisters thinks the crown is his. But the house of the Reichland electors is tainted. As the last great Count of Stirland, mine claim is the truest. I should be Emperor. I will be Emperor. Bring thy swords. Go, mine minions. Reap death. Dance a dance macabre.
Well, let's dance, shall we? Okay, right. Fellbats either side. They can bear down on the missile units that they've got. We want to have a battle line of, well, I guess it's going to be crypt ghouls and skeletons. We don't really have enough to change anything. Not really sure what order I've got them in there. In all honesty, they're all going to do the same job. I don't really mind. We'll have Vlad at the forefront. We'll have a corpse cart behind. We'll have our skeleton spearmen. It looks like the Reichsguard are over there, does it? So we'll have the skeleton spearmen and the zombies in a battle group together. And they will obviously be looking to hold those guys up. We'll take 1 unit of direwolves over here because they should be able to quickly get into those right guard and keep them where we want them. We'll have a corpse guard behind that side as well. Otherwise, we just have 1 more unit wherever they've gone. Or, sorry, 2 more units of direwolves. And we'll have them maybe just running around. Oh, God, did they vanguard? I didn't even know they vanguarded. Oh, that's just bloody excellent. We'll just creep them into the woods. And that's going to absolutely disrupt everyone, isn't it? And we'll be able to put these fellas there. So we'll have Fellbats swinging around hidden archers. We'll have Fellbats swinging around hidden archers. That way we'll have direwolves running in here and just holding up these right guard long enough to get the zombies in to keep them busy and the skeleton lads in to, well, stab them. And otherwise, we'll march forward and we'll have a kill. Let's just slow it down for a minute. So we want to get a spirit leech straight away on their general. Or at least have that as the general idea. So that is Vlad moving up to there. So that gives us an idea of where we want everyone else moving up to. The corpse cart behind there, of course. We'll have the Fellbats just get into there for now. We'll have the direwolves just sneak in. Just sneak into there. We'll have these direwolves, as we said, getting into the right guard. Or maybe we won't have them moving just yet. But we'll certainly have these guys running over to them if we can, and a corpse cart behind. And the other Fellbats, man, they're just gonna head their way over there. And we've got our Vargulf behind. We didn't even move him. I was happy where he was. Very quick unit, so we'll just put him there, and I think it will all be looking good. We'll have everyone running just for the sake of speed, and we'll have that spirit leech going. Okay, looking good. Looking good here. Where are those Reichsguard going, though? They're not moving at all, to be honest. Not moving at all, but once we get that spirit leech going down, Vargulf's already in position. That's just excellent. Okay, right. I see shooting happening. Have we got that spirit leech off yet, my good man? It doesn't look like we have. Am I still saying Vlad? I don't even know. Right, we want to get direwolves in there right away. We want to get Fellbats. Where's crossbowmen there? We want to get them in there right away. We want to get other Fellbats in, bearing down on there right away. That spirit leech has been cast, so we'll just get the battle line going. We'll get the fighting going. I really do not foresee any issues here, especially with a corpse guard behind. I want Vlad on their man there, though. We'll have these guys heading there. We'll have the Vargulf just running into those handgunners. Shouldn't be any good news for them. And I think it's about time. I don't know what that Rights Guard are doing, but we need to keep them busy soon. So I think that's all good. I think that's all good. We've hit them at the right times everywhere. That Rights Guard are going to be moving soon. Hopefully the direwolves are going to get in there, and it looks like that's gone exactly how we wanted it to. Skeleton Spearmen and zombies all moving in there on them. Corpse Cart will just sit behind and keep the regeneration going for those guys. We do have a Vargulf there. Let's just get those handgunners a little bit more surrounded. All looking good. Manfred, you need to be running, mate. Just because you're the leader doesn't mean you can't pull your weight. There we go. And we'll just sit the corpse cart there so we can get the regeneration down on as many people as possible. Those Rights Guards seem to have been dealt with. Ideally, we'd try and sneak those corpse carts round, or one of those corpse cart round to there to keep the regeneration going on the Fellbats, because they're still a bit squishy even with their upgrade. But we seem to have scared away a unit of crossbowmen. It seems to be good. We seem to have the numbers there above anything else. We do have our regeneration spell, and it's going to have to go on that unit there. Very nice. Rights Guard completely surrounded by the looks of things, which is good. Who are those? Who are they? Oh, they're the handgunners. That's fine. If we can maybe just take a unit of crypt ghouls over here, break them off, and then just get those guys completely stuck. Corpse Cart will just swing around. We'll just try and get some regeneration here. We can, of course, have the Corpse Cart fighting. You know, it's not you know, completely squishy, but I want to... They're not in the army to fight, really. Let's get... Oh, Halberdiers are going to be anti-large, aren't they? So we don't want our Vargulf fighting them. So let's get our Vargulf hitting Hans, the leader, and we'll get our Corpse Cart just over there. And we'll maybe even, you know what, let's get Vlad. Now, I don't think Hans is going to deal with the Vargulf, so let's get Vlad, if we can, over to those Halberdiers, which seem to be the only slight threat to us, and we'll get another heal on those Fellbats. We seem to have some Fellbats getting a bit braver here. We'll have them bearing down on those swordsmen, just trying to get some flanking action going in. We'll get those Crypt Ghouls working over there. The Königstein Stalkers have broken who they were fighting. We don't need to chase anyone just yet. We need to just be mopping up here. And it's all looking pretty good. While we're waiting, we'll get a bit of Law of Death action over on Hans. Excellent stuff. Now we'll have you Heading back where you were, please. Manfred, much appreciated. Very nice. Very nice, yep. As expected, a glorious, crushing defeat for us. Those guys are doing nothing. Right, let's get them over to there before they're shooting our lads in the back. Okay, even the unit over here of direwolves have lived. The Reichsguard, rather predictably, are bloody tough, but with that corpse cart behind, maybe we can just get the corpse cart over to here. I'm not quite sure of the range of the regeneration, but it might be that we lose that unit of direwolves. Completely expected, to be honest. Maybe we can just get a heal on them right now. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. A good win. A fantastic win. Very nice. And that is, you know, pretty much what I would say our early game sorted. Now we just want to work on maybe bring in the von Karstein faction into the fold. 107 kills there from those Reichsguard. Okay, unit replenishes. Don't really need the money, do we? We'll take the unit replenishment. And that gives us a Necromancer and a Gold Sigil Sword that's going to make, oh man, Manfred way stronger than he was. We'll get that Necromancer over here straight away, and we will replace... who should we lose? Should we just merge these 2 units of direwolves? I think that will be fine. And who's that? It seems like the Dwarven Greenskin disagreement's encroaching into our lands. I can't allow that. But still, that was a pretty good start. Okay, right. Von Karsteins, do you fancy a bit of friendship? No?
Let us talk.
Is it because we have non-aggression pact? Well, we'll ask again later. Don't really want to go to war, mainly because I want Vlad as a hero. But we'll work on things. Right. What we'll do now then is we'll have Manfred maybe heal for a bit. I want to get rid of the dwarves in the mountains because they are going to be hurting our vampiric corruption, and I also, well, I was going to say I want to get rid of the humans there, but that seems to have been done for us. So let's get Johann over to Castle Drakenhof. Let's get Manfred. We can even move on Karat Kadrim. Let's just have him heal for a turn. Unfortunately, no good raising dead opportunities there, but we are getting some good buildings in now, so it may be that we're going to be able to recruit a properly good army for him soon, and I think certainly growth and vampiric corruption is the one to pick there. Okay, a pretty good situation all in all, wouldn't you agree? I'd certainly say so. Absolutely. Okay, so yeah, we want to move on Zufbar quickly. You know what? Maybe Karat Kadrim are not really doing much for us. Angry, yeah, anything that's going to give us growth I'm going to take. So what we might want to do is hit one of those Zufbar regions with Manfred and the other one with Johann the same turn, and then they can't reinforce each other. So let's bring Johann over to here, and we'll bring Manfred over to here, and if we can recruit on the way, then we will. Otherwise, I'm happy with the armies that we've got now. Waldenhof already has a good-looking bit of defense there. We'll get rid of that building. We certainly don't need it. We'll build the other recruiting thing, and then we should have access to all the units that we would have access to. Next turn, is it that we're going to be able to upgrade to level 4? The Von Karsteins want military access. Doesn't that weaken my ability to form a federation with them, though? Because don't they have to fear me to want to form a federation? And if they've got military access with me, they're going to fear me less. We'll reject it for now. They might even... I might change my mind, but they should come back with a better offer if I do, so that's going to be fine. Excellent. Maybe we should even look for doing something with Musion. Maybe we should... In fact, that's a good idea. Let's get our Banshee. And we'll spread vampiric corruption on our way, but let's get our Banshee over to Musion. We have to see what the Empire's doing as well, so let's just get her moving over to there for now. Hildegard von Karstein. I think that's slightly the wrong part of the map, but it would be good to open up a diplomatic channel with those guys. Okay, we can, next turn, I'm going to upgrade our Shady Township into an Accursed City. We need 6 grand to do that. We should therefore be able to just get that getting built. And then we'll work on that. Next turn, we have another tech coming in. We have our armies in position for a quick lightning strike on Zufbar and Oakenhammer, which is very good. And we'll be able to loot and occupy them both, I should think. Thanks to good modding. Right, Castle Drakenhof upgraded. It's only got a garrison of 8, so we don't need to worry about the biggest or best army, really. So we'll go and we'll, I guess, lay siege for a bit. we shouldn't need to lay siege to Oakenham. We should be able to just walk into that one. Let's have a look. Of course, we have lost Hildegard von Karstein, so maybe it would be an idea to recruit someone. Apparently we can't because we have no money because we just upgraded Kostriknov. Still shouldn't need it. Only 7. Quite predictably, a quick and easy win for us, and we'll loot and occupy. And there you go. Look at that. Oakenhammer. Okay, what are we going to put in Oakenhammer? We're going to need a Belfire Brazier, but seeing as Zufbar is the head of that region, we should probably look for that. So let's take a Charnel Pit. Let's take, money-wise, we're pretty good. So let's take, Public Order is also a bit of a necessary thing for us. So maybe a Gibbet. Maybe a Gibbet. But if we have armies stationed here, I don't really worry too much about Public Order, and we are going to have armies stationed there. I want to get this guy up with a couple of good spells before I augment him or anything, so that's what we'll do. We'll get this guy just as a great fighter. Have we got any good Raising Dead opportunities? Always going to be good. I know we're facing dwarves at the moment who aren't going to have any cavalry, but I'm going to feel a lot safer with some spearmen in the ranks. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to merge these units, freeze up a couple of spaces to take another unit of Skeleton Warriors, and sooner than later we should have the elite criticals. Right, what else are we building here though? Definitely a Charnel Pit was a good decision. We're gonna want to build these eventually. I think honestly, maybe just money for now. Maybe just money for now. Right, what do we got going on there? More growth, more money, vampiric corruption spreading worldwide. Speed for direwolves is always going to be useful. Let's have a look at some of these areas, because campaign movement range. And this is all upgrades for some of the better units that we've got. Armor for Skeleton Warriors, upkeep, weapon strength for Skeleton Warriors. You know, eventually this is going to go into Graveguard, because I don't really want to use the lower tier things. I want to have armies of Graveguard and stuff, so maybe it would be an idea to get some of the techs in now for them. But right now we're using Direwolves and Fellbats, so let's research the techs that make them better, right? Now, is that Dwarven City on the left side of the mountain that we just saw, is that the other one of this region? Because we should go and take that. If it's not, then I'm going to go and send Johan over to... Yeah, we'll get that done. Karadromar. It is the other one. Okay, well, we'll get... Are we going to have attrition here? No, we're not. This is good. We can go through the mountains without attrition. Brilliantly. Yeah, we'll have Johan heading on over here. And then that's a quick province that we've taken. Eschen ready to be upgraded. What have we got that can be upgraded in Eschen? Well, we've got this to be upgraded. That's going to be our Graveguard once we get an Ancient Armory, which we'll build in Drakenhof once we can. Otherwise, do we want to worry about, you know, big, strong defense right now? What I'd like to do is wait until next turn and get this upgraded. So we'll wait. The only people I worry about slightly are the Karak Kadrim. I know we had a good bit of diplomacy with them, but they can always turn on us, being as they're living and we're not living. So, a potential tiny little worry there. But let's not worry about it too much. We'll upgrade Waldenhof now. We'll have a look at how this siege is going. Totally in the wrong place of the map, aren't I? There I am. Okay, so Zufbar, I'm getting that built soon, so that's going to be quite good. Maybe waiting out is the right decision. We've got our fella here. Unfortunately, we can't underway as the vampires, but we will be able to be bearing down on Karadromar before long, which I'm very happy about. It's all looking good. 3 and 4 turns to wait, respectively. Castle Templehof actually will have a building that we can build there. In fact, we sent Hildegard into the right place. She's getting over there damn quickly, isn't she? What do you want, von Karsteins? Military access? No, because I want to make a confederation with you, and I think it weakens me if I do a bit of military access. Right, Zufbar. Oh, they control quite a lot, apparently. And they want peace. Sorry, lads. I want your lands, not peace. There will be no peace. And Zufbar is going to have a rebellion, as we sort of knew it would. That's going to be in Zufbar directly, isn't it? So maybe bringing our guy back here would be an idea just for now. And we'll upgrade the Charnel Pit again. No, I don't think we need to. We've got cities here that I think are going to benefit a lot more from stuff we can do with it. Now, is there any good money business we can do here? We've already got our ruined sawmill. Otherwise, it's just a gibbet. Public order is not a problem here, and money's not really a problem either. Let's upgrade just what we can upgrade. Any building that can be upgraded, let's just upgrade it, basically. Zufbar is going to starve in 5 turns. That's a long time. What I think I'll do then is I want to take this quicker than 5 or 6 turns. So we'll quell the rebellion in Oakenhammer, and then we'll get Johan right over to Zufbar straight away. And then I think after that, we'll bring Manfred back and try and upgrade his army to a little bit of a higher tier unit setup. And, of course, Hildegard will still go on and try and make some, you know, say hello to Musion. These guys are going to ask us again and again and again, aren't they? They're strength rank 27. We're 3. I wonder who's 1 and 2. I'd guess the Empire are going to be 1 or 2. And... oh, what? They're hitting us straight away? Lads! They hit us straight away there. That is the rebellion, isn't it? Hopefully they don't raise it. Oh, they've just taken it. Well, we'll have to just take it straight back. And we have a vampire recruited. Bloody excellent. Right. We'll have her going through into Bretonnian lands. How's it going here, lads? Well, that all happened a bit quickly, but we can quell it straight away, which is fine. Waldenhof, what have we got to upgrade there? There's that. As I said, we're going to be upgrading anywhere that we can right now. Unfortunate, because that's now going to give us attrition for a couple of turns. Now, here, a spellcasting decent fighter is what I think we're going to do with her. It is the School of Death, and I don't really like that school quite so much as others, but we can make her a decent fighter. Decent, not great. Otherwise, her abilities as an agent, again, aren't really too amazing. We'll keep her. We'll stick her in Johann's army for now. It's another good fighter that we've got there, and we'll quell that rebellion next turn. Unfortunately, we can't do it this turn, but that's fine. Buildings all coming in for us very soon, which I'm very, very, very happy about. Not a problem, really. Not a problem, that little rebellion. And then we'll get over and we'll hit Zufbar as quickly as we can. Right, negative growth. That's a very great shame. Castle Tempelhof, we want to get building the Dark Lair. But I also want to... oh, that's Tempelhof, isn't it? Dark Lair's something we can't build anywhere else. Okay, let's, for now, we'll focus on getting that done. But Drakenhof is where I want to build stuff, because we need an ancient armory. And then we need to build either one of these two. Whichever one of these we don't build in Drakenhof, we'll build in Tempelhof. But basically, we're saving money for the little time being. So we'll go and we'll retake Oakenhammer. Should be not immediately that easy. What are we walking with here? Can we try and raise Dead first? Because they are going to have cavalry, so it's a good job that we took a couple of units of them, and now we'll hit them. So we've got a Necromancer that knows some good spells. We've got a big line of infantry. The only issues to us would be that one unit of Wolf Riders. We have Spearmen to counter. We have zombies to keep them in check. So I think this is a lot more likely to be our win than a 50-50 or a 55-45, whatever it's going to be. But we'll fight it nonetheless. It'll be a good chance to test out some of these spells that we haven't yet in this campaign. Argor Toothtacker will learn very much the hard way from the mistake that he's made. Nagashism. Yeah. So what I think we'll do is we'll have a massive battle. It's snowing. Oh, lovely. Lovely. This is not bad for us. There's nowhere that... oh, that's poor. That's poor. I pretty much always gamble because I'm a gambler at heart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I know we might be smarter to use our Crypt Ghouls as sort of a second line. But right now, we're not faced with a huge army. I think just doing that. Our Necromancer behind, our Vampire and our White King in and amongst. I think that's fine. Now we'll have our Zombies in the back like that, so they can go to either side. And we'll have our Skeleton Spearmen either side as well. Oh, apparently we can't go on that big rock there. Okay, that's good. Right, now let's just get this done. Okay, they're over there. We're just going to slow it down for a second here. One big battle line I think it's fine. In fact, what we needed to do really was have these two in the battle line as well. I'm actually going to battle group them and have them at the front. And I'm going to immediately look to be getting a spell off Gaze and Nagash most likely, and it's probably going to be smartest to put on those Goblin Wolf Riders. Now, how far forward do you have to go to be able to cast that, sir? Further forward than we were sending everyone else, so let's do that. Let's get them all up there. We'll have the Skeleton Spearmen around here. We'll have the Zombies around here as well, because that's the side that the Riders are on, and we'll use these Spearmen as a kind of flanking unit if we can. Really should be looking to get some direwolves and something else in this army. It's very one-dimensional at the mo, but still, that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have everyone but the zombies walking, because the zombies are just so slow, aren't they? So that should work there for us. And I guess we can speed it up a little bit. Once we get some spells going off, I imagine this army is not going to be quite so stationary as it was. I basically just want to make sure that our Necromancer isn't on the front line. So we might just have these guys going a little bit slightly in the different direction than they were. We've got our 2 heroes at the front there. I know keeping them together is maybe... It may be smarter to have them slightly different and then they can affect different parts of the battlefield, but I don't think maybe that we're in quite as dire need of that in this fight as we are. Right, they're moving now, so we'll slow it all down. Are we getting that spell off, mate? Excellent. I want to see missiles. I want to see missiles moving. I didn't see missiles moving. Right, what we'll do then is we'll have these guys and these guys go straight over there. We'll get the charge on them. We won't let them get the charge on us. Orc boys there. They've got their archers on the front lines. I can't imagine that's really the smartest move of any general. But then we are against a greenskin here. Okay, it should be our numbers just holding it there for us. Now what I'd like to do is hopefully try and get that wizard dead. And I've totally forgotten that we can cast a spell with our lass there, so that's quite good. We'll have him moving up there, and we'll get another gaze and a gash if we can. I want to see missiles this time, bro. Okay, not seeing missiles. Gaze and a gash again. Are we actually casting spells here, mate? Okay, right. We've got Camilla von Carstein. I want her just attacking that guy. And then I'm going to have our White King just affecting the battlefield by killing stuff. I just want to see these spells go off, man. Are you casting anything, bro? I'm going to have him go a little faster. Friendly units targeted by the caster. Yeah, we'll just have them go. Not really sure who I actually ended up casting it on there, but it was someone. Right, there we go. We got a spell going off there. Or even did we? I'm not quite sure. Right, obviously we're going to get those spearmen into there. I think he's just missing. He's not the best spellcaster, this guy, is he? Right, they look like as good a target as anyone for a bit of a heal. We have broken those horse riders. That's exactly what we needed to do. Isabella. I've called you Isabella. You're not Isabella, but I still want you to get a spirit leech on that fella anyway. Camilla von Carstein is your name. And get that White King. He's not going to be really quick enough, is he? But we have absolutely melted these greenskins. It's so good to see. Disappointing performance from Johan, though, but at least he's a general. Okay, we should deal with these guys relatively easily. Let's get our good fighters over there. We'll keep the chase on, though, with those guys. 8 to cast there, and in 18 seconds. Not too bad, but I think we'll just stick with the healing for now. That seems to be the side of the battlefield that we're slightly struggling with, so we'll just bring our Necromancer over there. We've got our White King heading in the same direction, so that's good. If we can just get another Spirit Leech, or if we can just keep the chase on with our Vampire then that's going to be fine. I think we've won this fight, lads. You know, I think we've won it. It's just those Wolf Riders now that stand in our way, and we've got this whole section of units over here that can go and deal with that. Beautiful. Well, that's what you get when you mess with our takings here. Do we actually see Zufbar in the map? No, I think we're just outside. But still, a good win. The rebellion has been quelled. Definitely worthwhile having a vampire in the army there, isn't it? More so than an agent. Only lost 306. So I think we're doing all right here. So we'll get Johan over to support Zufbar as soon as we can. That was a good victory. We'll just occupy it there. I couldn't believe, though, I was a little shocked to see that they managed to spawn and attack us in the same turn. That was a bit worrying. Right, definitely we want him mounted, because if we fight another army like that, having a mounted hero is going to be so useful. Right, so this guy was rubbish with... I didn't even look at how many he killed, but Master of the Dead would be a huge good thing for us to get, so I think we'll get him on that. Eventually, every rank he gets that allows him a mount, we'll get it for him straight away. And what I think we'll do now is, for the sake of having some higher tier units, as in higher experience units, we'll just do a merge, and I'm going to do a merge quite a lot. And we'll just have him slip down and maybe do a bit of a recruit. 3 turns there for Zufbar. I think it's all good there. I think it's all good. We've got more buildings coming in, quite a few buildings coming in next turn. Otherwise, we're just trying to save our money at the moment, aren't we? So that we can buy one of the big buildings. Von Carsteins, what do you want, lads? A military alliance? No, because I want a confederation with you, boys. What we kind of want, what would maybe be quite beneficial to us, in fact, is if Averland managed to take the moot from our friends here. Anyway, let's go for a bit of diplomacy again.
Children of my
It's
blood,
still unlikely.
come, let us talk.
If we paid them, I don't really want to, you know, pay for these kind of things, but it stays at low. Okay, well, we'll work on that in the future. Let's not forget our vampire lassie over here. Musion, Castle Bastion's there, so Musion's about there, I think. Oh no, up there. Okay, well, still, we found it. We found them. It would be a good time to say hello. Right, okay, now what are we doing here, though? Because we've got a lot of crit ghouls. Upkeep would be good. Got a lot of skeletons. Would like those direwolves with a higher strength, though. And then we're moving on to Vargeist. Okay, let's take let's take that for now. That's very good. Okay, so our Banshee is going there on a diplomatic mission. I like that. Vampiric Corruption we'll worry about in a minute. Castle Drakenhof, we're still looking for the Ancient Armory there. We're going to be able to afford that next turn, so we're not going to really buy anything. But what is this I see? That's going to be our Necromancer. Excellent. We want to get him with Master of the Dead as quickly as we can. Invocation and Nehek, though, for now would be perfect. Oaken Hammer can be upgraded, but as I said, we want to save up to get the Ancient Armory in Drakenhof. So we'll just bring our fella down here, and we'll maybe be looking at getting a unit or two of Graveguard. Maybe even we'll get rid of some Skeleton Warriors for now in the hope that we can replace them with Graveguard. We're not actually in the right region right now, so we've got Vargeists, we've got Crypt Horrors that we can build. Certainly want a couple of units of those, but also we want to save for that Ancient Armory. So let's not worry about recruitment just yet. Let's get... Okay, we look good there, actually, for...
Destruction.
Yeah, we look... Oh, that's very easy. We've got all our stuff built now. Okay, well, let's deal with Zufbar now, then. That's really, really good. We'll definitely loot and occupy that, I think. That's going to be a... No, in fact, let's sack it for money. And then we'll... And I know we can build Vampire Crypts right now, but I think an Ancient Armory right now is more important to us. In terms of growth, again, we need 5. We're 1 away, 185. It's not hugely quick, but it's all right. Let's get an upgrade there. Let's get a charnel pit there. Let's get this going. We've got a lot of money for that. So we should be able to just waltz in with... You know, Johan might as well stay there and do it now. We should just be able to waltz in with Johan and take Zufbar next turn. Our lovely woman there. And we can get her on a horse, which is good. But I think having someone that can just shoot a couple of offensive spells, you know, knock out some characters in Johan's army is going to be very good. So we'll have them there. Oakenhammer, still going to be quite poor for public order. And I really want to be hitting Carrick Dromar and finishing off this situation for us. Let's just put Manfred in Oakenhammer now for the public order. We'll wait until that Ancient Armory is built. We'll get what are we getting built here? Gibbet, might as well build a Gibbet. I don't really think there's any point building any more charnel pits in this province at this point. That was very good. That was a really good bit of money there that we got. Defensive Alliance, no, because I want to bloody confederize with you lads. And I'm pretty sure the game mechanics, and you'll have to correct me on this if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the game mechanics, it's not as good. It's not. It gives us a less chance if we're messing with that. Right, the Savage Blow gives us charge bonus. Very, very happy to see a charge bonus. Okay, right. I think we'll end the episode in a minute, but let's just finish off. Oh, maybe I'm a little too confident there. Let's just get Manfred back, shall we? And we'll finish it this turn. We'll take Zufbar and then we'll probably end the episode. Yeah, that's very easy. We're going to have to wait a turn anyway. Okay, well, we got our 7 grand, didn't we? We've got a lot of good-looking buildings coming in now, and we'll upgrade that certainly as well. And we need to open a diplomatic channel with the lads over at Musion.
Welcome, King.
Maybe a confederation.
It better not be my head.
Nothing else we can do, really. But while we're on this screen, it would be cool to look at who's strength rank 1 if we found them. The Empire are only 6. Man, who must be one then? It's not going to be Chaos yet. It could be one of the northern tribes. There's a lot of northern tribes here. It's not just Vargan scaling, thanks to another mod that I'm running. Well, it's got to be... No, because we found the greenskins and the dwarves as well. It's got to be... Can't be the bloody hands. It's got to be like Tilea or Astalia or something. Not the Wood Elves or anyone? It could be the Wood Elves. That's a weird one, that Talostland. I don't know, lads, to be honest. But anyway, we have taken, or we will have taken Zufbar next turn, so let's wait until next turn. Hello, people of Musion. How are you, lads? How are you? Maybe we should just send this woman... it could be Kislev, actually, one of the northern areas. Let's have a look at that. Let's send our woman over here. Up here, and we'll just see who our competitors are in Ostermark and Ostland and stuff. Right, okay. I'm on all the wrong screens right now. We need to get over here. We need to get this finished off. Zufbar is taken. Excellent stuff. Really excellent stuff. We'll just occupy it for now. Brilliant, brilliant city now. Feast is in the Dusk available. Upgrades for a few cracking lads. That's just brilliant. Right, so Zufbar has upgrades available to it. Well, let's make Zufbar the best it can be right now. Oh, yes, I was going to say, is there any extra buildings here? A Dark Iron Pit is going to be very, very good. So, let's get Manfred over to Drakenhof. If we keep Johann stationed here, then we should be okay for public order here. We'll get, as I said, we'll get Manfred upgraded as well now that we can. Brilliant stuff. We're just making him into a good fighter since we've already got our spellcaster here. And he's going to be more focused on keeping guys alive there. And we've got all the upgrades here as well. Not so many turns away from a Barded Nightmare here, so I think we'll go for the Raised Dead spell, which I really do like. And we'll go for... Well, we're just making this guy a killer, aren't we? So we'll just make him the killer that he is. And this lass, a bit of safeguarding. Okay, that is brilliant. What a good little bit of expansion our kingdom is enjoying. Thanks for watching, my guys. I'll be seeing you next time. Goodbye.